All right, problem 829. As the social director of the class council, Raymond would like to survey a few students about their interests. When Raymond analyzes the results from the survey, he wants to make claims about the interests of all the students in his school. If he were to survey only students on the class council, for example, it might be hard to make claims about what all students think. Students who are on the class council may not have the same social interests as other students. Consider this idea as you think about the samples described below. All right, part A. If Raymond wanted to generalize the opinions of all students at his school, would it make sense to go to the grocery store and survey the people there? Why or why not? So for this, I'm going to say no. That is a huge no, because he wants to get a generalized opinion of students at his school. So the reason for this, I would say no, most likely because the people at the grocery store most likely do not attend Raymond's school. Now, is it possible he could run into maybe one or two people from his school at the store? Yeah, it's possible, but that's not a good sample. So why would you go to the grocery store if you want to, get opinions of students at the school? And you might have some other ideas about this too. There's not just one correct answer. As long as you're able to justify why this is not a great sample, then that's okay. So part B says, if he wanted to generalize the opinions of all students at his school, would it make sense to ask all of his friends at school, why or why not? Well, I would say with this one, at least he's getting a little bit closer. At least he's, sampling people who go to his school, but this still does not represent the larger population. So no, and this is because this does not represent the larger school population just Raymond's friends. And because they're friends, it's possible that they might have, that group of friends might have very similar opinions that could be very different from other students at the school. So this does not represent the larger school population. This is just his friends. And his friends aren't a good representation of everyone in the school. So we want to make sure that we are surveying all kinds of different people, not just one group. All right, and C. If he wanted to generalize the options of all students at his school, would it make sense to ask every third person who entered the cafeteria at lunch? Why or why not? I would say this is his best option yet. So, we're going to say, though, it's still not a great way to collect data. So we're going to say no, although of the three options, this is the best yet. Now, this is a no because this only accounts for students in Raymond's lunch period. And not the larger school population. Now, especially, this also depends on, all right, well, how is the lunch divided? Is it divided by grade level? And let's say that Raymond is in 7th grade, then he's only getting 7th grade samples. Maybe it is, divided by boys and girls. I mean, probably not. I've never seen that, but it could be. Well, then in that case, he would only be getting samples from boys or males. So, although this is his best option yet, it's still not representative of the larger population. So maybe a better idea would be, possibly, if all of the students came in to school one way and they all entered the same doors, then maybe if he took every third person, then that would be better, because it is all ages, all grades, all genders. So I would say that would be a better option than C. And this is kind of why C is still not a fantastic option, but it is the best he has come up with. That's all for 829. Oops.